So I just watched Sheriff.
Aku dari unit khas PDRM.
Fun movie.
Aku adalah polis yang tangkap polis.
Not a review.
Nama aku Sherifuddin Hussein. Panggil Sheriff pun boleh.
Some spoilers, and Daddy Zul can choke me any day. This is a film that featured this banger of a line.
Di Malaysia, Nas. Perdana Menteri pun boleh masuk penjara.
Feels like a bold step forward in Malaysian cinema. But I want to pause and reflect and think about how the Malaysian police were involved. How we portray cops in Malaysian films has always been a contentious issue. From films like One to Jaga, Kabali, Chili Powder and Thinner. Censorship and sanitization has always been there. It's a common knowledge in the film industry that if your film has a portrayal of Malaysian police, your script has to go through them and get an approval. Some films have even created a fictional Malaysia where the police are not the Royal Malaysian Police, as a loophole. Sheriff is not a film that's making any major liberal political statements, and no hate. It's not what the filmmakers want, and it's genuinely an enjoyable action film. But art, well, cinema, exists to entertain and create space for thought-provoking perspectives. The film starts with a flashy thank you note to the Royal Malaysian Police, a bright red stamp of approval from our boys in blue. The film shows corrupt police officers that are vigilantes and murderers. At first, it's quite shocking at how blatant it is. It's almost like, really no censorship, huh? But as the film progresses, the smoke clears. Every single corrupt police officer ends up dead. Some after they say something cheesy like,
"Negara ni ada undang-undang, Nas. Letak pistol kau."
And yes, arguably these two are good messages. Corruption is bad, constitution is prime. The cops, however, are singularly corrupt. None of whom who are corrupt on their own accord, by the way. They are all victims of circumstances at the hands of drug-pushing crime lords, which would make an interesting analysis of its own on which characters get a tragic backstory and which don't. That's a video for another time. There's not even a hint of any form of systemic corruption that permeates through the culture. All of which, if it was a truly independent film, would be a completely valid perspective to have. But the point is that these perspectives are not independent.
Sedap kau makan rasuah selama ni.
These flashy lines are a smokescreen to give the illusion of progression. But really, when we peel back the layers, it's a status quo onion. Nothing has really changed. Except perhaps the police comms team have become more adept at infusing their ideologies into mass media. The lead, Daddy Zul, plays basically a police who polices the police. But he's from within the police department itself, which is not what an independent oversight body should look like. And in reality, the IPCMC bill that calls for an independent oversight body has been fought tooth and nail, and time again has been pushed down and diluted to a toothless IPCC bill. Censorship is a hyper object. It's sticky and it permeates many layers of existence and time. To the point where when I was writing this video, I was being very critical of every line that I wrote to avoid getting in trouble. Allegedly, this is a really good video and you should like and subscribe. Now imagine if every single show or film that depicts any form of authority figure had to be approved by authority figures. Shows like Breaking Bad or The Wire would never get made in Malaysia. So while yes, you should go and watch the film, it's legit a good time, although it feels like it's about to end like 5 times. Just keep in mind that it's not a breakthrough in free speech or censorship reform. It's a controlled narrative that fundamentally upholds the status quo, packaging permission as a freedom.